new study coming out from the Fordham Institute, which deals with a lot of different subjects in K through 12 studies. This one is brand new, came out I think September 24th, and says that if you want better ELA scores, you need to put more emphasis on what? What one thing could you put more emphasis on to get better ELA scores? I bet you can't think of it. I'm hoping that you'll get it. It's social studies. That's right. Increasing your the emphasis that you put on your history, your government, your geography will actually help you increase your ELA scores. That means your English and language arts skills. Really? I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that before I saw the study. But when you read it, it's actually fascinating what they did. They went back through and did this year-long study they took this year-long study done federally, and it was up among all grade levels all around the U.S. And they took that study and they looked at certain aspects of it. And it actually showed, I'll just give you one of the examples that they showed, is that when they were looked at impoverished schools that had less income, when they put more emphasis on ELA, the ELA scores stayed pretty much the same. But all of a sudden, when they put it into social studies, both grade levels went up. So that means they increased their scores in both ELA and social studies. Here's another one. Most impoverished schools, they put all this extra emphasis on ELA. They don't put much into history, and actually history is somewhat pushed to the side. But when they were able to turn that around and look at the more affluent, the wealthier school districts, interesting enough, they put more emphasis on social studies, less on ELA, and the grades of both continued to go up. How is that? Well, when you put more emphasis in knowledge-rich information, knowledge-rich context or text, you actually get more interest in the mind to remember the things that you're learning, to remember that what is being said, and to remember the context that is in those documents. So if you're reading a textbook, then the knowledge-rich information will get you a lot more retainment than if you were to just do an ELA study and write sentences or read paragraphs or read something that doesn't really have to do with anything, but read something and try to get like answering a test or doing anything else with ELA with that one paragraph. Again, the paragraph has nothing to do with you, no knowledge richness to it. But all of a sudden you give them paragraphs that have to do with history that are interesting and engaging, not usually the other texts like textbooks from for history. But if you give them engaging stuff, their grades even skyrocket even more because the mind is more engaged in what they're reading. So that puts more emphasis on the ELA, the English and language arts portion of the brain, which boosts your comprehension of both. So that's just a little Minisode snippet of something that I learned this week. It was a new study that came out. I'm actually putting it in our newsletter. So check out our newsletter or get our new newsletter on our website, www.historicalconquest.com. And also check out Tutorial Tuesday. That's going to be on our critique site on Facebook. But also the big one is check out what we're doing for both SPED, special education, and ESL, English as a second language. In Hunt the Past, we're doing something new that you might find fascinating because it might also help you as well. Thanks for joining me on this Minisode Monday, and we will catch you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. If you have any comments or questions, add them to the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow actually. Take care. Bye.